Hey, if you're constantly anxious, emotionally reactive, or feel like you can't regulate your emotions no matter what you try, there is a missing piece most women with autoimmune conditions don't know about. Your gut and your brain are in constant conversation through something called the vagus nerve. When one is dysregulated, it affects the other. So for 20 years, I've worked with women with autoimmune conditions who also struggle with regulating their emotions. These were not just life stresses. Their gut was also sending signals that their body couldn't ignore. So in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how these two systems influence each other, why women with autoimmune conditions are especially vulnerable, and why your body needs both to feel safe enough to heal. There is a gut-brain connection you might not have known is happening all the time. So your gut and your brain aren't separate systems. They're in constant communication through the vagus nerve and, of course, through your blood vessels. So when your brain feels safe, it tells your gut, you can digest, you can absorb the nutrients, and you can heal. That's the job of the gut. But when your brain senses danger, real or perceived, from the past or present or future, it tells your gut to shut down and it prepares for fight or flight, otherwise known as survival mode. And most women don't even realize when they're in fight or flight, and they don't realize that the conversation also goes both ways. So if your gut is inflamed or your microbiome is out of balance because of your food habits, then your gut will send stress signals back up to your brain, and your brain reacts as if something is wrong, even when you're just sitting at home. This is why you can feel anxious for no reason, why your heart races the moment you wake up, why you can't calm down even when your life feels relatively stable. Your gut has been whispering to your brain that something's off, and your brain believes it. I talk to clients all the time who think they eat really healthy, but they're not necessarily eating in a way that their body responds well with. So there's no healthy diet that's going to fit everybody's needs. We all have different DNA. We all have different lifestyles. You know, women have very different needs than men. Most of the research out there on a good diet is based on men's health anyway. So it's hard to say that you're eating the best you can for your body, right? So often if your gut health is out of balance, it just means that you're not eating foods that your body is absorbing. Women with autoimmune issues are caught in the gut-brain loop. If you have an autoimmune condition, this gut-brain connection becomes even more fragile. Autoimmune inflammation damages your gut lining because it's chronic, and inflammatory cells are, for the most part, non-harmful when it's acute. But over time, it creates what we call leaky gut. It damages your gut lining, and when that lining is damaged, it becomes permeable, which means that things can move in and out of the cell. Like toxins and undigested particles from your gut now slip into your bloodstream, and that also increases your inflammation in your whole body, and your immune system sees them as invaders because this is not normally found in the rest of your body. And so therefore it launches an inflammatory attack. That inflammation is no longer in the gut, it's in your brain, making you more reactive, more anxious, more easily overwhelmed, and it could be in your liver, it could be in your shoulder, it could be in your knee. And here's the part no one tells you. Stress makes it worse. Obvious, right? Or maybe not. Stress produces cortisol, and cortisol weakens your gut lining even more, and then you're in this vicious cycle because your weakened gut sends more stress signals up to your brain, and your brain releases more cortisol, and the cycle continues. The stress creates gut damage, which creates stress signals, which makes the brain release more cortisol, which causes more inflammation. I hope that explains why your body keeps flaring up. That doesn't mean your body is malfunctioning. It just means that it's following a pattern that it learned to survive. But survival mode is not healing mode. Literally, you cannot be in both. We are either in fight or flight mode, which is survival mode, or we're in rest and digest and healing mode, right? They both cannot coexist. What I'm sharing with you is resonating, and you're tired of addressing one symptom at a time without seeing real change. Maybe I can help. As a physical therapist and autoimmune freedom coach, I've guided hundreds of women through this process. So I created a free inflammation indicator test that helps you identify the real root issues of your inflammation. Now, is it coming from your brain and your nervous system, or is it coming from your gut health, or is it coming from your spirit feeling disconnected? The only way to really find out is to take this test that I created. It takes less than 5 minutes to complete. You get instant results emailed to you, and you also get a personalized action plan that is holistic and unique to you. And if this resonates resonates and you want to dive deeper into what this means for you and how you can get on your path to heal holistically, you can book a free energy activation call with my team. We'll look at your whole system, identifying what's keeping you stuck, and we'll create a plan that addresses your inflammation at the root level. The link is in the description. Here's something you also might not know about. Your gut produces the chemicals that regulate your mood. About 90% of your serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter released in your gut, it helps to calm your nervous system. It helps you stabilize your mood. It keeps you emotionally steady. It's produced in the gut. You also have bacteria in your gut, which creates dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that helps keep you motivated, and GABA, which is another neurotransmitter. GABA helps you experience pleasure and ease. So when your gut microbiome is out of balance because you have too much bad bacteria and not enough good bacteria, then your body literally can't produce the chemicals or the neurotransmitters your brain needs to regulate your emotions. So this is why you can do all the breath work, all the meditation, and all the trauma work, but if your gut isn't producing serotonin or GABA or dopamine, your brain doesn't have the raw materials to feel calm and ease out of survival mode. So just want to be clear that this doesn't mean that you need to obsess about diet or jump into extreme gut protocols. It simply means this: your gut and your brain are partners, and when you support one, you support the other. Now, for the people who have their colon removed because of Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, etc., this connection becomes even more important to understand. So the colon is one of the main places your body produces serotonin and hosts key microbiome activity. So if you have Crohn's or you don't even have a colon, you can still calm your emotions, but your emotional regulation system is working with different hardware than before. So it just means that you might have to spend more time and energy calming your nervous system because your nervous system and your brain has to work harder, and your body may produce fewer of the mood stabilizing chemicals you used to rely on. So if you feel more reactive, more anxious, or less emotionally steady, it's not just stress, it's a real physiological change in the gut-brain axis. The good news is that our body is very redundant. If we're missing a colon, or if you have Crohn's or a condition like IBS, then the stomach can step up to do some of the work. The liver, the gallbladder, and other parts of our body can also help support your digestive system. It just means that everything has to work together to support you, mind, body, and soul. But no matter what, I want you to know that you cannot heal your gut if your nervous system doesn't feel safe. This is the part that most gut health experts miss. Your gut cannot heal if your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. When your body experiences any sort of threat, it diverts resources away from digestion and toward protection. This means that digestion slows down and blood flow moves away from your gut into your extremities. This can make nutrient absorption inefficient. So if you're eating healthy and you take every supplement and every pill and following every protocol, but you're rushing through meals, you're anxious while you're eating, you are in a cold, hostile environment when you're eating, then your body's not going to be able to digest and you will stay in survival mode. This is where nervous system regulation becomes essential. Through somatic practices, breath work, and emotional reprogramming or rewiring, you can create an internal environment where your body finally feels safe enough to digest, absorb your nutrients, and heal. Because healing isn't just about what you put in your body with food or supplements. It's about whether or not your body feels safe enough to receive it. Now that you know, your gut and your brain are partners, and when one is dysregulated, the other struggles to heal. And this is why you can do all the right things and still feel stuck. You've been addressing one piece of a system that needs to heal as a whole. I've worked with hundreds of women stuck in this exact gut-brain loop, and I know how to help your body break free. So if this resonated with you at all, and you found even just a little bit of this content helpful, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, or share with someone who you know will benefit from this. I would totally appreciate that because I do this work because I love helping people heal. And every little thing you can do to support this path would be very appreciated because it allows me to create more free content to keep helping the women who are struggling with autoimmune conditions. So until the next video, I hope you have a healing day, and I'll see you soon.